Well, welcome everybody. I'm going to start off by saying this is obviously very different than when I met with Nick and Erica back in January to talk about, creating the ceremony. But as we kind of figured out when we spoke, and we thought, we might have to change things because they're so different, and we realized that nothing really needs to change. The story is still a beautiful story to tell, and we're still surrounded by the people who love us most, and that's really what's most important. So I'm very honored to be here today to do this for you guys. So on behalf of Nick and Erica, I welcome you to this celebration. This ceremony which marks the promise they will make before each other and before all of you. For it is you among us who have raised them, supported their dreams, helped them to become the people they are today. It is you who have instilled in them confidence, the confidence to stand here before the greatest person they have ever known and say, I deserve you. You deserve me. We deserve each other. To begin, we would like to honor the memory of those who are no longer with us, but whose spirits remain in our hearts and memories. Let us take a moment to reflect on who they were, to behold their legacy and reflect on how they have influenced who we are today. We honor the spirits of Colleen Ortega, Edna and Thomas Hughes, James Shenton, Lily Shenton, Eddie and Sue Gonzalez, Eladio and Maria Diaz, Tony and Delia Canales. Gratitude is a gift we give ourselves, the ability to recognize the multitude of blessings in our lives. There is nothing too big or too small to be grateful for. We can be grateful for moments, basic comforts, experiences, people. This moment right now, these two people, all of you. I invite you all to take both hands and place them gently over your hearts. Close your eyes and think of something you are grateful for, keeping in mind there is nothing too big or too small. And smile. Love, especially the kind that Nick and Erica share, is a treasure and the greatest kind of gift. It is the kind of gift you never expected, the kind you never knew you needed until it was yours. Then you wonder how it is you ever lived one day without it. My hands are frozen. When Nick and Erica went to a bar in Hoboken the summer of 2014, neither of them imagined they'd meet the person they would spend the rest of their lives with. It's really nothing short of a miracle when two people so meant to be together meet. For it's small decisions, sitting somewhere else in the bar, leaving a few minutes too early, looking at a very conspicuous and mysterious stain on someone's shirt and deciding, I think I'll pass. It's deciding that even though you've told the person your name 20 times and they still can't remember it, you'll give them a chance. Because even though Nick struggled to remember Erica's name that night, largely in part because her girlfriends just kept giving him random names every time he asked. That's what we needed. Now it's complete. Thanks, Guy. They remembered all the details that brought them together, that piqued their interest and inspired them to learn more about each other. Their love for their families, fond memories of camping as children, and even though they sat in a crowded and noisy bar, they were tuned into each other. It was an intimate moment in a not so intimate environment, yet they felt so comfortable together. They would go on dates throughout the summer, but as they both described, there was never any expectations. Rather, it was an adventure because every time they were together, they would learn something new about the other. They would attend movies on the pier on Wednesdays and prepare dinners together at Nick's Jersey City apartment. Nick impressed Erica with his guitar playing skills, and she pretty quickly realized that he only knew the chorus to one song. And something tells me that after enough drinks, if we manage to find a guitar, we will get Nick to play that song for us. For Nick's 30th birthday, Erica rented a pizza truck, and it was at that moment that Nick realized, she gets me. She really gets me. When interviewing Nick and Erica for this ceremony, they joked about how competitive they are. So when I asked them to make a list of meaningful qualities of each other, it quickly became a competition of whose list was the longest. Erica won. Erica describes Nick as driven. He is always changing and adapting in order to achieve without compromising the best qualities of himself. He is carefree and easygoing and doesn't sweat the small stuff. He is fearless, adventurous, and resourceful. And in their travels together, Erica has learned that you can do so much with so little. Nick has a great sense of humor. He's always laughing, making other people laugh, and most importantly, can laugh at himself. He is strong, he is resilient, he can overcome. Nick said that Erica had stolen most of the things that he was going to say, which is probably just him trying to justify why he didn't have a longer list, but describes Erica as loyal, and not just to him, to her family, to her friends. If you asked Erica to help you with something, she would put her whole heart into it. She is someone you know you can rely on. She's fun. She would go along with Nick on adventures even if it wasn't something she was completely comfortable with. She would step out of her comfort zone and try it anyway. Erica reinforces the value of family that is so important to Nick, and they know that in entering this union, they are truly and officially becoming a part of each other's families. Erica is detailed and organized, and Nick could never achieve what he does and fulfill his ambitions without a partner who can help keep things in order. He'd probably be walking around with weird stains on his shirt every day if it wasn't for her. She's positive and motivating and always pushing him to be the best version of himself. Life is full of adventures, and it's the lenses you look through that determine how you will react, how you will endure, and how you will move forward. Whether you're camping in the woods, leaving your cell phone in the back of a London taxi, or enjoying a couple of hours of your secret engagement at the top of a hiking trail, the moments are all what we make of them. And when your heart is full of love, positivity, and hope, that's what will guide you throughout your lives. Life is also an uphill climb. Reaching the top is determined by many factors: hard work, determination, confidence, and support. Despite our strength and willingness to overcome, we all still falter and sometimes fall. And those who stand with us in our moments of despair, those who help us to rediscover our strength and ability, those who lift us up to the highest of heights by showing their depth of devotion, those people we marry. So let's get on with that. Nick and Erica have chosen to write their own vows, which they will now read for each other. Whoever would like to go first. That he'll be the winner then. If he...
I, Nick, stand here ready to take you, Erica, to be my wife, best friend, and life partner in marriage. As husband and wife, I know we'll be able to accomplish anything we set our minds to, and more importantly, overcome any challenge that stands in our way. I knew we had something special after our very first date, when the similarities we shared were undeniable, and this proceeded throughout the summer. As every date, we revealed more and more to each other. My love for you has only grown fonder since, and I am damn proud of how far we've come since meeting over 5 years ago. No longer must we wait. The time is now. And from this point onward, with you at my side, I promise to always live by the vows I make today. I promise to give you the best future I can, and be the best father I can be when we welcome children into the world. I promise to always remember you are a human and need affection, a listening ear, and support as we tackle the next chapter of our life. I promise to tell you I love you every day. And with your help, build a prosperous family, a safe home, and a life full of love, laughter, and joy. I will love you whether we are rich or poor, healthy or sick, young or old, I pledge to hold these promises dear to my heart for the rest of my life.
Jeez. Crushed it. Nick, as my favorite host says, expect the unexpected. I should have known that an innocent exchange in a dark bar would lead me to this. Standing in front of you, ready to marry the man who has changed my life, who has changed me for the better. Your positivity and optimism have encouraged me to live in the moment and find joy in the mundane, like sitting around a fire and cooking what we declared to be the best steak ever. You have given me the space to be myself and embrace all of my quirks, like only giving me a slight eye roll and smirk when you catch me holding Penny's paw and asking her about her day. You've shown me with an open heart that I can lean on you, good or bad, constantly reminding me that we can make it through anything. You have given me so much in our life already, and I promise to you to breathe. Just breathe before stressing out about being 10 minutes late to anything. I promise to be your biggest cheerleader, encouraging and motivating you to do what makes you happy. I promise to help build the life we both dreamed of, one that we can look back on and say, we've had it all. Maybe even 2 dogs. I promise to always be there to listen to your hopes, dreams, fears, and be your rock and confidant. And most of all, every time we lock eyes, whether we're alone in a crowded room, I promise to smile and wonder where life will take us next, just like we did that night that we met. And I love you.
Traditionally, the passage to the status of married couple is marked by the exchange of rings. These rings are a symbol of the unbroken circle of love. Love freely given has no beginning and no end. A ring symbolizes an indissoluble bond and the inclusion of each other as a part of one's life and family. Will you, Nick, take Erica to be no other than herself, loving what you know of her, trusting what you do not yet know? Will you respect her integrity and have faith in her steadfast love for you through all your years and then all that life may bring you?
I do.
Please place, sorry, you can take the ring out. And place it on her finger. And repeat after me. With this ring, I honor you, Erica, as my spouse.
With this ring, I honor you, Erica, as my spouse.
I offer all that I am in return.
I offer all that I am in return.
And vow to remember.
And vow to remember.
Over every day of our lives together.
Over every day of our lives together.
Why we were united here today.
Why we are united here today.
Nailed it. Okay, you can put that ring on her.
Your hands are a little colder.
Okay. Okay. And will you, Erica, take Nick to be no other than himself, loving what you know of him, trusting what you do not yet know? Will you respect his integrity and have faith in his steadfast love for you through all your years and then all that life may bring you?
I do.
Please place the ring on Nick's finger and repeat after me. With this ring, I celebrate you, Nick, as my spouse.
With this ring, Nick, I celebrate you as my spouse.
I offer all that I am in return.
I offer all that I am in return.
And vow to remember.
Vow to remember.
Over every day of our lives together.
Over every day of our lives together.
Why we were united here today.
Why we are united here today.
With this exchange of rings and promises made, it is my privilege to declare that you are now officially married. Nick, you may kiss your bride.
What's that?
And it is my great honor to present to all of you Nicholas and Erica Ortega.